Hope you're having a great day today. It's a beautiful Thursday here. I'm officially still on vacay. Don't know why I'm visually showing up like this. Well, I guess if that's going to show me that way, then we might as well do it. Unfortunately, I didn't set this up properly, guys. Sorry. Well, anyway, we're live. We're walking. Just want to quickly talk with you, share my feelings on this whole sports betting fiasco. You got this new guy just banned for life for essentially betting against his team, against himself, in order to make some money. And so this gets me thinking about all these decent athletes. So you got a lot of decent athletes, amazing college basketball players, baseball players, and then they kind of go into this, major league experience where they're just kind of like in the background. You got the LeBron James, you've got, Aaron Judge and all these great players, but you're bound to come across a couple of these, I wouldn't call them scrubs, but guys who are making okay money in order to be a team player. And at a certain point, they have to start saying to themselves, is this all I'm going to be? Is just like a team player here, make a little bit of cash, end my career, and then have to go and get another job or something. Then I start thinking about the people who maybe start reaching out to those guys and say, look, you're just a scrub on the team. They don't need you. We'll give you $100K if you just lose the next game. All these things can be quite, I guess you'd say this is like a theory, but if I was somebody who was on a team and I was getting paid league minimums and some guy walks up to me, some mob boss or some, owner of some sort of scheme in order to try. Remember what happened in 1919 with the White Sox? You had the mob that approached all the players, and they threw the World Series. Most of those guys were banned for life. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Now you're starting to see it come back, and the reason is sports betting is now legal. How do you make sports betting legal, and you have sports players, and then you have them just sign something that says, "Oh, we won't gamble." Well, now we have our first execution, I would say. This first guy, John Tay, or whatever he is, I don't even know who he is. Never heard of the guy before in my life, which kind of proves my point. If he was somebody like a LeBron James, well, we have the Shohei Ohtani thing, and I'm sure everybody says, oh, yeah, it's just the interpreter, $15 million. Shohei had no idea, but I think we're going to find out that Shohei was a little bit more involved in that. And maybe he was the main guy. I said that as a joke, but I really do think this interpreter having access to his bank accounts, I've never heard of that in my life. But I guess they said when he was there setting up the accounts for Shohei, he wound up getting access to the information. So that could have happened. I just feel like Shohei Ohtani has tons of people working for him, financial advisors. They would see $15 million leave his account. This would have happened a lot earlier in time. So I think there's more to that story. But even if Shohei's not guilty, he did nothing wrong. What about those people out there like this John Tay getting phone calls saying, you know what, I'll throw the next game. You start watching. Now you're going to start watching games to see who's selling. Who's out there selling? Is there anybody out there who's saying to themselves, you know what, I'll take a fall on this next play. I'll miss the shot. I'll strike out. If I get a hit, we have a chance of getting that extra run and we cover the spread, or I strike out, So we have a lot of questions that I think can't be answered immediately, but it seems very sketchy to me that you have sports betting and then you have professional sports athletes, and most of them are not LeBron James. They're not Shohei Ohtani. They're just regular guys making a living, some of them making a very good living, but some of them are making an okay living, and they're like, you know what, maybe I'll supplement it. I'll throw one of these games. No one's going to know any better. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. I have this feeling that we're going to start seeing many, many professional athletes banned for life from the sport just because they're tempted by these scumbags who are out there trying to make a penny here and there or a big, big win on some sort of massive bet. You have to imagine someone says, I'll put $100K down in the next game. All I got to do is give 10 grand to this player in order for him to throw it. miss a couple free throws in the last couple of seconds of the game, whatever it is. I think there's too much leeway, wiggle room for people to do stuff like this. So I'm just a little nervous about where this leads us. I think it's the end of professional sports as we know it, because you can't trust these players. These are humans. You're going to trust humans to not do the right thing or to do the right thing? I don't think that's going to actually be beneficial for us and for sports in general. I think it should have stayed on the outside in some way. Or you have to be able to have someone who has full access and they're able to scrutinize every single thing you've got in your bank accounts as a professional player. So they look over your yearly taxes or whatever. They look over your bank accounts to see if you have any other withdrawals or any other deposits that come in that you can't, connect to just a normal thing. If someone's got a sponsorship deal and they make 100K, okay. But if you just get 100K out of the blue and you're a professional athlete and you have no way to tie it to anything, it's pretty sure you got that through some sort of gambling source. So I'm not sure where this leads, but I do think it's going to be a very, very bad thing for all sports. So not sure. Just wanted to pop on for a few minutes. I got a crazy busy day here, and I don't think I'll be able to go live midday. So I just figured I'd pop on real quick and take a little walk, little walk and talk. And I didn't really have much to say. I just wanted to talk about this because I don't like it. I mean, Shoeless Joe Jackson being, banned from baseball for life. Pete Rose can't get into the Hall of Fame. The guy has the most hits of all time in baseball. And now you have people doing it. I mean, I just think we're going to start seeing many more athletes that are going to be scrutinized, and then all their plays will be looked at, and people say, I think they threw that game. Let's check their bank accounts, So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I can't see anything, unfortunately. I'm using Restream today. Everything's really small here on my camera, so I can't really get an idea of what's coming back to me, but I have a feeling most people feel this way, that we're in big trouble here with this gambling. It's going to turn into so many different schemes. And I mean, the 1919 White Sox should be the prime example why you never incorporate sports gambling. It should not be a thing. You keep it in Vegas, you keep it as some sort of specific thing you have to, I don't know. This is not good, guys. This is the end of sports as we know it. Can't trust anybody anymore. I don't even know if you can trust the big guys. Someone goes up to LeBron James and say, look, I'll give you $50 million. All you got to do is not win the game, force it in the other direction. I mean, who knows? Someone puts a big enough bet out there. All they got to do is cover it by giving a nice payday to the guy who's going to throw the game. There's too much wiggle room. I don't know. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it at all. So, and I'm not a gambler. And maybe that's the reason why I don't like it, but I'm not a gambler. So when I see the fact that they're now sports it's watching, it's because it's going to be the WWE. And a lot of people say that now anyway, because the NBA is not even there's no defense anymore. It's just a scoring game. 150 to 145, the Lakers won. I was like, what? That's an all-star game total. All-star game, if you guys don't know, in the all-star game, it's always like 150 to 165 because they don't play defense. They just let you shoot and do all kinds of crazy, throw the ball off the backboard, 360s. So it's turned into that. It's just more of a entertainment device to break you and to keep you distracted, really. I mean, that's all sports have ever been, is to keep you distracted from all the stuff they do behind the scenes. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please leave a comment after. Let me know if you think this is a bad thing for sports. I mean, this guy being banned for life tells you something. Shohei Ohtani, this is a story in the last month and a half. We've had two major stories about sports gambling and how it's affecting the Major League Baseball or the NBA. And I think they made the right move by banning this guy for life. Hopefully that strikes the fear into anybody else who's receiving these phone calls and tells them, you know what, you have a risk here. You're going to take that 50 grand, you take that 100 grand, take that $1 million, you may be banned for life. Never be able to play again, never have a chance to have a future beyond. And then you have that nice scarlet letter across your chest too. So this was the right move by the NBA. But how many other humans that are athletes are saying to themselves, I could beat the system. I have a friend who has a friend who has a friend who could place that bet for me, and it's just too much, guys, too much wiggle room for this. So if I were you, I'd stop watching. I haven't watched TV in 5 years, so it doesn't really affect me, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Sports is not the way it used to be. It's not about the love anymore. It's about the money. It's always been about the money for the people who own the business, the clubs, but the players used to do it for the love of the game. That's gone. So you're going to go to a guy who doesn't do it for the love of the game and offer him money to throw a game? What do you think he's going to do? He's not doing it for the love of the game anymore anyway, so he's just doing it for the money. I don't know. I'm preaching to the choir, I think, but love to hear what you guys think after this. Leave a comment if you can. I'll do my best to try to get back on. I don't think it's going to happen today, but try my best. Also, 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock? I think it's 12 o'clock. Cold as Ice is premiering. It's a totally cool song. I wrote it a couple months back. I never really released it, but it's being dropped today at noon. Tomorrow, Flying High, and another amazing song. So we have every day until I think Monday or Tuesday, there will be a brand new song at noon. So if you can head over there and watch those and leave a comment, share, like, all that good stuff, it does help. And hopefully we get some views, because some cool, really great songs, they need people to see them. This world needs more music than it does all the other bull crap we're getting. And I got a ton of music I've been writing, so hopefully you guys can help me get it out there and bring some joy to people. These songs will bring joy to people because they're in the moment. These moments took place, and anybody who's looking for something authentic will appreciate that this didn't exist, and then all of a sudden it does, and you're watching it be created live, which I think is one of my favorite things. Any song you ever see on my channel, it's a song being created live in front of you. And it's like, okay, wait a second, I'm watching a mind create something. I'm watching a mind form an idea live in the moment. And now it's cold as ice today. So take a look if you can. Let me know what you think. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. And, I'll keep showing up and bringing you guys something while I'm away. And maybe I'll do another walk tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not sure. Again, I love you. I can't see you afterwards. And thank you. I love you. I'll see you guys later.